Well, thank you. Thank you for being here today. I'm Dr. Steve Winlock. I am the executive director of our School of Education, which works on helping teachers be the best that they can be and helping leaders being the best that they can be, which is so exciting in our work. And one of the areas that we're very much involved in is the arts. And you're here because of that in so many ways. Poetry out loud, as we all know, poetry is an art, isn't it? In a lot of ways. And we're so excited to have our representatives from many of our schools in the area to be here to share their knowledge, their involvement, their expertise in the arts, which is poetry. And we're very excited. So I'd like to just say I like the way you all are sitting, crisscross applesauce. Look at everybody's ready. Look at our judges are there in front and our MC. It's just so beautiful. We're ready to begin. I'd like to introduce to you our MC for tonight, which we're very proud of and we just adore in having in our SCOE team. It's our MC is going to be Asante Serrano, and Asante joins us again of being the MC. She's getting that record that she's our resident MC in our area. Ms. Serrano is a teacher and an administrator and an avid communicator. She enjoys working with all learners from kindergarten to adults and firmly believes in the power of literacy and multi-language and the arts. She's fluent in, get this, French, Spanish, German, and Italian. I know she'll be bringing something else. My goodness, you're like the UN all in one person. In addition to English, she loves ballroom dancing and enjoys traveling and cooking. Having acted in high school, she continued her education at UC Irvine, completing both a degree in drama and history, which led her to a career in advertising, marketing, communication, and eventually to become an educator. Today, she's SCOE's executive director for our communications and marketing and helps us promote all of the programs, events like today, and the many, many educational services that SCOE offers. So without any further ado, our delightful and wonderful MC. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. I appreciate it greatly. So it's a pleasure to be here again this year. I get wiser each time. Last year, I was wearing heels, and I was standing the entire 2 hours. This year, I got some new kicks. I got some tennis shoes that I found. They are still fashionable Stephen Madden kicks on discount. So very happy to be here. I love poetry is a wonderful thing. I remember when I was in high school, I had to recite Shakespearean sonnets. But more importantly, when I went to Germany, this is actually how I learned German, was by reading poetry and then memorizing it. And it was one way how I learned German, but it was also, I just had a knack for memorization. And I think that's what actually helps me with learning languages is the mimicking and then the rote memorization of rules and all kinds of stuff. So all of you have the potential to speak more than one language. And so without further ado, let's go through who's here and who's in the house and get rolling with this whole program. So I'd like to welcome you, good afternoon, and welcome to the 2025 Sacramento County Poetry Out Loud Competition. The Sacramento County Office of Education is delighted and proud to be one of the sponsors of this inspiring event. And today we have the pleasure of honoring 6 amazing students. They're all in the back here. I've met all of them already. 6 amazing students for their dedication to the arts and to poetry. For our audience, Poetry Out Loud is a contest that encourages the nation's youth to learn about the greatness of poetry through memorization and recitation, and is supported by the National Endowment of the Arts and Poetry Foundation, along with many other U.S. state art agencies. So Poetry Out Loud uses a pyramid structure that starts at the classroom level. Winners advance then to a school-wide competition, and then to a regional or state competition. And I think this year the state competition is here in Sacramento, or every year it's here in Sacramento, I think March 16th and 17th. And then ultimately to the final, the national finals competition, which is in Washington, D.C., that's really cool. So today we will select our Sacramento County representative for the state competition. Yes? Are we excited about this? Woo! All right. Awesome. Oh, I like this crowd. They're like, oh, we want to cheer. I'm like, okay, let's cheer. So let's get to know who our judges are for today. I'm going to introduce all of the judges. They're up here in front, and we're going to start with Dr. Steve Winlock. Please, hello to everybody there. Stand up and say hello. So Dr. Winlock, thank you, Dr. Winlock. There you go. Dr. Winlock serves as Executive Director of the Sacramento County Office of Education Leadership Institute, and he's also a TV personality, a theater performer, and educational motivator, and just all around, just a great person. He's very motivating. Whenever you see him, he's always got a smile on his face and is always very welcoming and just makes you feel comfortable. We also have Angela DeClaro here. Please stand. She's a program manager with 916 Inc. Is everybody familiar with 916? A lot of people, yeah, a lot of, good. And then we also have Mr. Houghton Kinsman, known as H. Have a stand. Thank you. He's an adult education coordinator with the Crocker Art Museum. Everybody familiar with the Crocker Art Museum? Yes. All right, very good. Okay, cool. Also with us is Dr. Tina Transer. She is a director with our SCOE School of Ed. Unfortunately, one of our other judges wasn't able to be here. She was in the program. It's Christina Richardson. Unfortunately, she's out sick today. But you have 4 wonderful judges here. We also have our accuracy judge and our score tabulator, and this is Dr. Jamie Bonato. Ms. Bonato is a coordinator also with the SCOE School of Education. And then we have our prompter. Please stand. This is Cheryl Roberts. Ms. Roberts is a program analyst, also with the SCOE School of Education. All right, now let's get to know who our students are here today. So I'd like to give a big welcome to our student school winners. They're all in the back. Can you please stand? Yay, there they are, ready to go. At the end of the program, we will announce the name of 2 students. One will become Sacramento County's representative to the state competition, and then the other one will be the runner-up. So let's begin the 2025 Sacramento County Poetry Out Loud competition. Woo! This means we've officially begun. So in round 1, the school winners will recite their first poem selection in alphabetical order according to their first names. Then there will be a short break for our judges and the scorekeeper to tally scores. There's some refreshments over here for everybody, some nice chips and water and some coffee. And then in round 2, the students will recite their second poem, and it'll also go in alphabetical order, but according to last name. Okay, good? All right, perfect. After the 2 rounds are complete, the tabulator and scorekeeper will tally the final scores. So if that also results in a tie, the highest accuracy score will count. If scores remain tied, each of the 2 finalists will choose one of their poems to recite again as a separate score to break the tie. With the final tabulation, we will announce the Sacramento County Poetry Out Loud runner-up and of course the winner. So, and then those folks will move forward to represent our county in the Sacramento or in the state competition, which is in March. So one last final note, as you can see all the cameras around here and the equipment, these are the folks from the Sacramento Educational Cable Consortium. Thank you, SECC, for being here. They're recording the event, and they'll be producing a TV program that will air at a future time. I believe it's in your program. They are airing it in March, I think March 1st and the 15th. So if you watch Channel 15, you'll be able to watch a rerun of the whole competition, and you can invite your family or send a recording of it to your family. All right, here we go. So all of our students were asked a couple of questions just to get to know them a little bit more. So I'll be talking to you, I'll be letting you know who the student is, who's coming up, what their poem, what school they're going to or where they're from, what poem they're going to be reciting, and then I'll just provide a little bit of information like their favorite poet, maybe their favorite hobby, things of interest, so you get to know them a little bit more. All right, are we ready for round one? Yes, here we go. Very good. Okay. Round one, we will be inviting Ember Hall up. Please come on up. Ember Hall is from Natomas Charter School, and they'll be reciting the poem The Wish by a Young Lady, written by Letitia Pinkington.
I ask, not wit, nor beauty do I crave, nor wealth, nor pompous titles wish to have, but since 'tis doomed, through all degrees of life, whether daughter, sister, or a wife, that females should the stronger males obey, and yield implicit to their lordly sway. Since this, I say, is every woman's fate, give me a mind to suit my slavish state.
Awesome. Okay, all right. We're moving on to student number 2, Jash Rosal. Come on up. Jash is from Elk Grove High School. Jash's first poem is going to be Cow Song by Elena Karina Byrne.
I heard them, far off, deep calling from behind death's invisible floor door. Their wallow metronome from the after-rain mud was one giant body. Arizona's yellow arms' length of light all the way to my own body, standing at the edge of their field, held me. I moved toward them and they toward me, as if to ask for something from nothing, as memory does, each face dumbfounded, dumb and found by the time frame of my own fear, surrounded at dusk. There was a plastic grocery bag, its ghost body cornered small against a tree, and there was a heavy smell. Desolation is equal to contained energy now. Their heavy bodies slow toward me, my own slow, inside their circle without culling. Culling is a Swedish song for cow, is not a pillowcase pulled over the head. Here the mountains could be seen from far away. There's an abandoned physics, a floor door, my own head call hurting me and hearing nothing but them. Bone for bones, female indicates the inside of the mouth when singing is grief alone and is curved. You can't stop shifting, no matter how slow. It sounds like confusion in one direction. I wanted to tell you this in your absence. It sounds like the oak. It sounds like the oak of floorboards in God's head.
Thank you, Jash. Next up, we have Jefferson Stringfellow coming up to the stage here. Jefferson is from Inderkum High School, and his first poem is going to be Dr. Booker T. Washington to the National Negro Business League by Joseph Seaman Cotter, Sr.
'Tis strange indeed to hear us plead for selling and for buying when yesterday we said, away with all good things but dying. The world's ago and we're agog to have our first brief inning, so let's away through surge and fog, however slight the winning. What deeds have sprung from plow and pick? What bankrolls of tomatoes? No dainty crop of rhetoric can match one of potatoes. Ye orders of point and pith who force the world to heed you? What skeletons you'll journey with ere it is forced to feed you? A little gold won't mar our grace, a little ease our glory. The world's a better abiding place when money clinks its story. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Jefferson. Thank you. All right. We're moving on to number 4. Student number 4, I'd like to ask to come up to our stage, beautiful stage here, Mr. Mark Burgess. Mark joins us from John F. Kennedy High School. His first poem is going to be Oranges by Rosin Kelly.
Oranges by Rosin Kelly. I'll choose for myself next time who I'll reach out and take as mine in the way I might stand at a fruit stall, having decided to ignore the apples, the mangoes, and the kiwis, but hold my hands above a pile of oranges, as if to warm my skin before a fire. Not only have I chosen oranges, but I'll also choose which orange. I'll test a few for firmness, scrape some rind off with my fingernail so that a citrus scent will linger there all day. I won't be happy with the first one I pick, but we'll try different ones until I know you. How will I know you? You'll feel warm between my palms, and I'll cup you like a handful of holy water. A vision will come to me of your exotic land, the sun you swelled under, the tree you grew from. A drift of white blossoms from the orange tree will settle in my hair, and I'll know. This is how I will choose you, by feeling you, by smelling you, by slipping you into my coat. Maybe then I'll climb the hill, look down on the town we live in, sunlight on my face, a miniature sun burning a hole in my pocket. Thirsty, I'll suck the juice from it, from you. When I walk away, I'll leave behind a trail of lamp bright rind. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. All right, our student number 5 is Ragat Tume. He's coming up. Ragat is from Grant Union High School, and her first poem is going to be The Arrow and the Song by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow.
The Arrow and the Song by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. I shot an arrow into the air. It fell to earth, I knew not where. For so swiftly it flew, The sight could not follow it in its flight. I breathed a song into the air. It fell to earth, I knew not where. For who has sight so keen and strong that it can follow the flight of song? Long, long afterward in an oak, I found the arrow still unbroke, and the song from beginning to end I found again in the heart of a friend. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, our sixth student tonight is Samrita Naidu. Samrita comes to us from Rio Americano High School. Her first poem is called Listening in Deep Space by Diane Teal.
Listening in Deep Space by Diane Teal. We've always been out, looking for answers, telling stories about ourselves, searching for connection, choosing to send out Stravinsky and whale song, which in translation might very well be our undoing instead of a welcome. We launched satellites, probes, telescopes unfolding like origami, navigating geomagnetic storms, major disruptions, rovers with spirit and perseverance, mapping the unknown. We listen through large arrays adjusted eagerly to hear the news that we are not alone. Considering the history at home, in houses across continents, oceans, even in quests armed with good intentions, what one seeker has done to another, what will we do when we find each other? Thank you.
Thank you. I believe round one is complete. Our judges have turned in their sheets. So now we're going to take a short break and be ready to go with round two. And we're ready to begin round two. Let's hear it for round two. All right, all right. Okay, so we're coming back for round two of the Sacramento County 2025 Poetry Out Loud competition. For this round, I'll be inviting the finalists to the microphone in alphabetical order by last name this time. Judges, are you ready? Ready to go? Okay. And next, our first student. Ready to go back there? Our first student will be Mark Burgess. Mark. As you recall, Mark comes to us from John F. Kennedy High School. Mark's second poem is Four Portraits of Fire by Lorna D. Cervantes.
Four Portraits of Fire by Lorna D. Cervantes. 1. I find a strange knowledge of wind, an open door in the mountain pass where everything intersects. Believe me, this will not pass. This is a world where flags contain themselves and are still marked by their unfurled edges. Lean stuff sways on the boughs of pitch pine, silver, almost tinsel. All light gone blue and sprouting orange oils in the last bouquet. 2. These were the nest builders. I caught one last morning. I sang so it fell down, stupid, from the trees. They're so incorrect in their dead skin. Witness their twig feet, the mistake of their hands. They will follow you. They yearn pebbles for their gullets to grind their own seed. They swallow so selflessly and die like patriots. 3. Last Christmas, a family of 5 woke from their dreaming and dreamed themselves over. The baby in its pink pajamas, the boy in the red flannel bathrobe. He grabbed from the door a mother, a father, and a sister in curlers. All died. A wood frame house, a canister of oil, a match. Watch as it unsettles. They were so cold. Umber. 4. I am away from the knowledge of animal mystics, brujas and sorcerers, or the nudging chants of a tinglet kachina. I am frightened by regions with wills of their own. When my people die in the snow, I wonder, did the depths billow up to reach them? Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Student number 2. I think our judges are ready. We will ask Ember Hall to come on up. And as you remember, Ember comes to us from Natomas Charter School, and their second poem is called Respectability by Tina Boyer Brown.
We ask our children to act calm, nervous, whatever innocent looks like when some cop shows his badge, pulls his gun, slows his car. We beg kids to say soft, "Yes, sirs." We beg kids to get on the hood of that car, empty their pockets, shut up, put your hands behind your head. No is an existential threat. 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 Never 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 is an existential threat. We dare ask for humility in the face of this oppression. We have no idea what the threat feels like, but we know. Brianna, Rakia, Sandra, Nia, Betty, Yvette, Miriam, Charisse, Ahmad, Trayvon, Eric, Laquan, Michael, Philando, Stefan, Altan, Almado, Akai, Quintonio, Ramai, John, Jordan, Jonathan, Ronaldo, Kendrick, Ramarley, Kenneth, Robert, Walter, Terrence, Freddie, Samuel, George, Tamir, and more. And more. And more. There's no open wrist declaring our innocence that will confer peace where innocence needed. Our children stand in front of doors, pages, words in the streets. They shut down, they shut down, they shut down. The forces that burn against them. Thank you.
Thank you, Ember. Ready for number 3. I will ask Samrita Nedu to please come up to the microphone. Again, Samrita joins us from Rio Americano High School, and her second poem is After the Winter by Claude McKay.
After the Winter by Claude McKay. someday, when trees have shed their leaves, and against the morning's white, the shivering birds beneath the eaves have sheltered for the night. We'll turn our faces southward, love, toward the summer isle, where bamboos spire the shafted grove and wide-mouthed orchids smile. And we will seek the quiet hill where towers the cotton tree and leaps the laughing crystal rill and works the droning bee. And we will build a cottage there, beside an open glade with black-ribbed bluebells blowing near and ferns that never fade. Thank you.
Thank you, Samrita. All right, looks like we're ready for number 4. Let's please have Josh Rosal come to the microphone. Again, Josh joins us from Elk Grove High School. Josh's second poem is Meditation by Lagunitas by Robert Haas.
This is Meditation at Lagunitas by Robert Haas. All the new thinking is about loss. In this, it resembles all the old thinking. The idea, for example, that each particular erases the luminous clarity of a general idea. That the clown-faced woodpecker probing the dead sculpted trunk of that black birch is by his presence some tragic falling off from a first world of undivided light. Or the other notion that because there is in this world no one thing to which the bramble of blackberry corresponds, a word is elegy to what it signifies. We talked about it late last night, and in the voice of my friend, there was a thin wire of grief, a tone almost querulous. After a while, I understood that talking this way, everything dissolves. Justice, pine, hair, woman, you and I. There was a woman I made love to. And I remembered how holding her small shoulders in my hands sometimes, I felt a violent wonder at her presence. Like a thirst for salt, for my childhood river with its island willows, silly music from the pleasure boat, muddy places where we caught the little orange silver fish called pumpkin seed. Hardly had to do with her. Longing, we say, because desire is full of endless distances. I must have been the same to her. But I remember so much. The way her hands dismantled bread. The thing her father said that hurt her. What she dreamed. There are moments when the body is as numinous as words, days that are the good flesh continuing. Such tenderness. Those afternoons and evenings saying, blackberry, blackberry, blackberry.
Thank you, Josh. Okay. Looks like our judges are ready. We're ready for number 5, which is Jefferson Stringfellow. Come on up to the mic. Again, Jefferson joins us from Intercom High School. Okay, his second poem is The Ocean by Nathaniel Hawthorne.
The ocean has its silent caves, deep, quiet, and alone. Though there be fury on the waves, beneath them there is none. The awful spirits of the deep hold their communion there, and there are those for whom we weep, the young, the bright, and the fair. Calmly the wearied seamen rest beneath their own blue sea. The ocean solitudes are blessed, for there is purity. The earth has guilt. The earth has care. Unquiet are its graves, but peaceful sleep is ever there beneath the dark blue waves. Thank you.
Thank you, Jefferson. I believe we're ready for student number 6 to come on up. Can we please have Ragat Tume come on up, please? Her second poem is April Midnight by Arthur Simmons.
April Midnight by Arthur Simmons. Side by side through the streets at midnight, roaming together through the tumultuous night of London in the miraculous April weather. Roaming together under the gaslight, day's work over, how the spring calls to us here in the city, calls to the heart from the heart of a lover. Cool the wind blows fresh in our faces, cleansing, entrancing, after the heat and the fumes and the footlights, where you dance and I watch your dancing. Good it is to be here together, good to be roaming, even in London, even at midnight, lover-like in a lover's glooming. You, the dancer, and I, the dreamer, children together, wandering lost in the night of London, in the miraculous April weather. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give a big round of applause for all 6 of our poets today. Well done, well done. Excellent job. So the Sacramento County Office of Education, well, we want to thank all of the coaches for your time. So coaches, can you stand up? Let's see if our coaches are here. Let's give them a round of applause. Yay! They devote a lot of time to the Poetry Out Loud recitation program, and they're also out there encouraging students to learn more about great literature, poetry, and just getting up there in front and just, being present. We also want to acknowledge the many students, of course, who participated at their school sites in the Poetry Out Loud competition. So they're not here, but thank you to all of the students and to our students here. I think everybody has gained a broader appreciation of poetry throughout this progress or throughout this whole process. They've also developed speaking skills and increased their sense of self-esteem through a powerful and meaningful learning exercise. So we want to thank everyone. I also want to make sure we thank all of our parents and family members who are here and friends. Friends, stand up. Let's see who's here. Who's here? Family, friends, family, friends. We have family and friends, yes? There they are. Thank you. Thank you for your support. First, we would like to announce the Sacramento County runner-up for the 2025 Poetry Out Loud competition. The runner-up will represent Sacramento County if the winner is unable to participate in the state competition this coming March here in Sacramento. So please congratulate Ember Hall. Amber Hall is from Natomas Charter School. And now, drum roll please. Thank you. And now, 2025 Sacramento County Poetry Out Loud winner is Jash Rosal from Elk Grove High School. Awesome! Woo! All right, I would like to thank everyone for coming tonight and for supporting these amazing students. Another applause for our students. Wonderful work. I want to thank our judges for coming and volunteering their time to be with. I want to thank the families who are here, and I want to thank our coaches. Everyone, big round of applause. Good job. Again, thank you to our SECC partners. Please watch for the news story and photos. They'll be available on our SCOE website, www.scoe.net. It's also printed in your program. And SECC will be posting the recording of today on their website in March 1st and the 15th at 4 o'clock. Let your family and friends know about that. And I just want to thank again all of our poets, our teachers, our students, our families, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles. Yes, thank you, everyone. Be safe and be well. Thank you.